What is Brahman? Brahman is the name given to the pure consciousness in Vedanta philosophy. That is in Advaita and Dvaita. The pure consciousness is called as Brahman. And in Shaivism, the pure consciousness is called as Sadashiva. And in Shaktism, the pure consciousness is called as Adi Shakti. And in Vaishnavism, the pure consciousness is called as Karanodakshaya Vishnu. So, different branches of Hinduism have given the pure consciousness different kinds of names. Now, the question is, are we Brahman? The answer is yes, we are Brahman. But we are the manifested part of Brahman. There is Brahman which has not manifested. What that means is, the manifested part of Brahman is the pure consciousness which recognizes itself with the body and the mind. What do I mean by recognize itself as the body and the mind? When the pure consciousness believes the signals received by the five senses, that means that the pure consciousness has manifested. Whereas the unmanifested consciousness is the consciousness which does not believe the five senses, which does not identify itself as the body and the mind. So, what is the problem in believing the five senses? The problem is, there are like infinite amount of frequencies in Brahman. That is, the pure consciousness has lot of frequencies. But the five sensory organs receive only very few range of frequencies. That is, eyes has a few range, ears have few audible range, tongue, skin, and smell. Yeah. So all the five senses have very few range of can receive only very few range of frequencies. And what the pure consciousness does is, it believes those frequencies. Yes, this is the world. This is the world I am living in. But the biggest misconception is that we are avoiding millions and trillions of other frequencies. Why are we not considering those frequencies which have been left out by the five senses? So that is a huge factor for misunderstanding Brahman. In order to understand Brahman, we have to completely shut off the five senses, because the five senses are just misguiding the consciousness. So, in order to understand the real Brahman, the real consciousness, we have to forget whatever we have received since our childhood. See, since our childhood, right, we have been receiving so many information through the five senses, and we have believed that this is true. But inside us, there was something which never changed. That is the pure consciousness. That pure consciousness which never changed is called as Shiva. And the pure consciousness which started believing that this world is real, whatever the five senses are receiving is real, is Shakti. So that is the terminology used in Shaktism and Shaivism. And in Vedanta it is called as the unmanifested Brahman and the manifested Brahman. The consciousness within us which never changed, which remained pure, is the unmanifested Brahman, whereas the consciousness which kept on changing is the manifested Brahman. Why the consciousness is changing is because it is thinking that it is the body and the mind. Since it thinks it is the body and the mind, since it believes the five senses, it is changing, because the five senses are have a tendency to change. Whereas the pure consciousness which receives all the frequencies, which knows the truth, does not change, because it knows it is eternal. It never dies. So this is this world created by the five senses is an illusion of the Brahman. That is, the pure consciousness is dreaming about the five sensory organs and the world perceived by the five sensory organs. It is believing that this world is true. But the reality of the situation is, it is avoiding lot of other signals, like the signals of the astral and the causal realm. Now, what are these astral and causal realms? See, astral realm is the realm which we go to during our sleep. That is, while sleeping, first we go to the astral realm, that is the dreaming state of our consciousness. There it is completely different signals. That is, we are receiving signals through the Ajna Chakra. Then when we go to the causal realm, that is during deep sleep, that is when we are receiving signals through the Sahasrara Chakra. And there also, right, in the causal realm, we are still identifying with the self. That is, the self still exists. So when the self get destroyed, that is when we realize the true Brahman. That is the Brahman in its ultimate form, with all the frequencies. Now body receives certain type of frequency, mind receives certain type of frequency, and the self receives the ego. By ego I mean not the ego that you have now. By ego I mean the very naked ego, that is the ego which is experiencing the universe without being attached. That is, when you remove all your memory, when you remove all your all the information from your brain, then there will be a consciousness which is experiencing. That is the naked ego, that is the naked self. That self is there in the causal realm. So that is still active. When that gets destroyed, when that naked self, naked ego gets destroyed, that time the true Brahman we realize. Now, what is the goal? Like, it is your decision to be in the physical realm or the astral realm or the causal realm, or realize the true nature of Brahman. It is your decision. But we have to be aware that we can never go from this physical realm to directly the true essence of Brahman. We have to first go to the astral, then the causal, then finally we can realize the true Brahman. What happens during meditation is, during meditation, our brain thinks that we are dying, our body and mind is dying. We should know that consciousness never dies. Consciousness is eternal, whereas the body and the mind dies. So during meditation, our body and mind is our consciousness gets an illusion that the body and mind is dying. So what happens is, it generates molecules called as DMT in the pineal gland. So when that molecule generates, right, we will be able to travel to the astral and the causal. Similarly, how we travel during the sleep. But during the sleep, we travel to the astral and causal without awareness, because there is no DMT molecule in access. It is just melatonin, that is the relaxing hormones. Whereas during meditation, it is not just melatonin, it is melatonin added with a lot of DMT molecules. So DMT, when it generates in your brain, in the pineal gland, that time you can be very aware of the astral and the causal realm. You can see it visually, like how you are seeing this world, right, this material realm. Similarly, you can see the astral and the causal very vividly, like how you see during your lucid dreams, not the normal dreams which you cannot control. During lucid dream, everything feels real. That is when you are traveling in the astral realm. Now, how can you go to the astral and causal with complete awareness? There are a lot of methods, like you can use delta waves, that is delta binaural beats, to go to the astral and the causal, or you can use Beejaksharas like Shrim, Reem, Aim, Kleem. So those are all Beejaksharas related to different entities. Those entities are there in the astral and the causal realm, those multidimensional entities like Ganapati, Shiva, Ganapati, Subramanya, Kali, Krishna, all the Dasha Mahavidyas, all those deities are there in the astral and the causal. Shiva is there in the unmanifest. So we can't reach Shiva directly. We have to take the help of the smaller entities, smaller deities first. Only then we can go to the ultimate deity. So when we take the help of Krishna, Jesus, and Ganapati, all those deities, that time what happens is we can go to those places with complete awareness. They will help you. Even there are enlightened beings like Yogananda and Vivekananda who can help you. So you can seek their help also, or you can seek the help of deities also. It is up to you whose help you take. So you can take their help and see the astral and the causal, and finally come back to your this body. Why it is necessary to come back? Once you realize the truth, why it is necessary to come back? It is necessary to come back because your family is here. That is, the family who doesn't know the truth is here, right? Your parents, maybe your siblings, your relatives, your friends, all are here. So that is why it is important that you stay here until your old age, because even though you know the truth that this material realm is not real, like it is just a part of the truth, the people around you think it is still real, right? So in order to help them, in order to make them realize the truth, you have to be there in this world. So that is why you have to be there. Then finally, when you seem fit, that is whenever you feel like, yes, it is time to go to the astral and the causal realm, then you can go, because you know how to go. That is why we have to know how to go to the astral and causal consciously. That is why meditation is very important, and learning different techniques to go to that astral and causal realm is very important. Otherwise, we will be born again here itself. Physical realm is again full of suffering. See, you can, by being in the astral and the causal realm, you can help the people in the material realm. That is, you can pump thoughts or push thoughts in the minds of the material realm people, so that they can get the truth. See, even me, right? I don't think all of my thoughts are being generated by my own consciousness, but because my own consciousness was very materialistic before. I believe that some entities are changing my thought patterns and changing my frequencies. That is, I'm receiving different frequencies because of meditation, and I believe there are some entities helping me. And we have to know that ultimately everything is one. All those entities are also you. But when your consciousness is now in a baby form, that is in a very immature form, you have to take the help of your higher self, that is the deities. They are your higher self. So you have to take their help, then go to the highest self, that is Shiva, or the unmanifested Brahman. So I hope you have understood. I hope you will start trying to learn different techniques to go to the astral and causal realm, because we can help many people end their suffering, because this physical realm requires lot of resources like food, sleep, sex, money, power to live happily. Whereas in order to live happily in the astral and causal, you don't require these food, sleep, sex, power, money. You don't require any of these resources. That is why it is better to exist in astral and causal rather than here. So that's it, guys. I hope you have understood the video. I hope you will reach your true self soon. Thanks for watching. We'll meet in the next video. Jai Mahakal.